welcome to episode 16 of the Modern Skein podcast. My name is Sharon Graff and I'm the owner of the Modern Skein, which is a yarn shop here in Montgomery, Texas. Unfortunately, as soon as I hit the start button, they decided to blow the leaves off around the sidewalks of this building. So, yeah, sorry for that. Hopefully they'll move away and the noise will not be quite so loud, and hopefully you can barely hear it on the recording. It's annoying though. Okay, so yes, it is episode 16, and this is just exciting because we're now officially into October. I know last time I believe it was like October 1st or 2nd when I filmed, but it is starting to be slightly cooler here in Texas. So that means we have temperatures in the high 80s rather than the 90s for the highs. I mean, practically sweater weather. And coming up this week, we're going to have lows in the 60s. Cannot wait. I mean, that's totally legit sweater weather. I don't know if that's what the cool kids say or not, but anyway, so I have felt like I have had a very productive knitting week. By the way, if you're brand new to this podcast, I'm all out of order this morning, so watch a few episodes back to see what I normally start off with. But thanks for joining us. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you're a brand new viewer, welcome. And we really hope you enjoy this podcast. We, meaning mostly me, but yeah, it's mostly me. So I start off that podcast with my works in progress. Normally I try to start off with a finished object. However, there is no finished object this week. Wah, wah. So it's just works in progress right now. I have quite a few works in progress. However, last night, if you watched my personal Instagram feed, you know that I frogged a project and got rid of it as a whip. So I will talk a little bit about that. I know some people are scared, if you will, of frogging a project, but I look at it this way. My knitting time is very valuable because I'm busy, and so I want to work on projects that bring me joy and happiness, or a finished product that I really want, but mostly something that I love to knit, because I am definitely a process knitter. Even though I'm a fast knitter, it's a lot about the knitting itself that I enjoy, not just the finished object. So I have yet to find a item that I wanted to knit, that I wanted the finished object so much that even though I did not like the knitting process, I still did it anyway. I haven't done that. And most of those projects that I have, they're sitting in the pile to be frogged and ripped out, honestly. So don't be afraid to rip out a project or say, you know what, this one's not for me. It's not worth my frustration, time, and effort. Especially if you really, don't let it just like, oh, I got frustrated, I'm going to rip it out. Well, then you never finish anything. I mean, for real. If you're struggling with a project or a sweater or whatever, and there's a spot you just don't understand, you bring it into the shop. Go to your local yarn shop if you're not around here. They'll help you out. They'll help you learn, whatever it is, or understand a pattern, things like that. Don't give up easy, I'll say, but at the same time, if it's going to be easier, if it's best to rip out the project, rip it out. So I frogged my Rhapsody in Cables sweater that I had cast on very early in the year. In fact, I want to say I cast it on maybe around May. I'm not sure. But I cast it on. I had done the front panel. I'd done the sleeve, worked on it for a little bit, rested, worked on it for a little bit, rested. It's not that the actual knitting itself was hard. I mean, it's cables, and there's charts to follow for the cables, so that's not bad. The construction is weird. Again, not bad. It's really unique, actually. And I was enjoying how the sweater was coming together. The thing that finally got me at the end, I've been working on it all this past week after several weeks of not working on it. I was at the point where I pick up off of provisional cast-ons and work in the opposite directions of what I had worked on previously, and I was just not happy with how the stitches line up, with how the orientation of the stitches end up when you go from a provisional cast on, worked in one direction, and then you pick it up and work it in the other direction. The stitches don't line up because you're working basically in the opposite direction, so there's a little bit of a jog no matter how you, because trust me, we took out the provisional cast on, I worked it the way the pattern said, did not like it, ripped it back out, worked it the way I would have intuitively done it, did not like that, looked up some different ways of trying to eliminate those jogs, and there was just no method that I was happy with how the end result was looking. Steamed it a little bit, you know, and I just did not like it. The little bit of OCD that I have came roaring out in that pattern, and I just did not like that. Basically, you have your line of stitches, and now they're like this when they go out. They're not lined up. They don't mesh, you know. I don't know, but it wasn't for me. This is actually the third attempt I've done on Rhapsody in Cables, and this is the farthest that I've gotten. So yay for me. Reminder, if I ever start Rhapsody in Cables again, remind me why I frogged it 3 times now, okay? Because that's a lot of knitting I could have done on other projects. So, now, I feel like since I ripped out Rhapsody in Cables, I should cast on something else. So you want to see what I'm going to cast on next? I showed you last time the throwback sweater. Pretend I'm holding the pattern because I don't have it with me. But anyway, it's Andrea Mowry's throwback sweater, which is a cardigan. And I believe I've picked out my colors. It's a worsted weight cardigan, so it'll go fast. That's what I'm saying anyway. And I am debating, so it's worked according to the pattern in one piece, but I am thinking I will convert it to in the round and steek it. Yes, because I know some of you guys here in the shop especially are curious / freaked out by steeking, so it may be a good thing for me to knit this up and then have a day where we can steek in the shop, do a little live video on the Instagram feed so that you viewers could see it as well. I'm not intimidated by steeking. I'm not intimidated by frogging. I'm not intimidated by having live stitches out off the needle. Well, we'll share it in a minute what happened with my mystery knit along. Brioche live stitches. Interesting. But back to throwback cardigan. So it is I'm looking over there because there's a picture of it over on the wall. I really don't want to get up and get the picture that's taped on the wall and come back over. Lazy, I know. But, so it's a colorwork cardigan, colorwork yoke, plain body, and it's 4 colors including the main color. So, what I'm thinking is this as my main color, which is Dream in Color, their classy base, which is their worsted weight base, and it's called Unimaginable. And it's reading gray on camera, however, it's definitely more of a mousy brown. Has a hint of taupe, so there's a little bit of a gray undertone, but it's definitely beigey toned. I don't know, that's a better color representation back here. Definitely more beige than gray. And then pairing that with these three. So we have, I know it's a little bit out of my color wheelhouse, but it's also kind of in my color wheelhouse, because this is, of course, Paris Night by Malabrigo. My favorite color, I think, possibly ever. It's just so wonderful. And then this is Dream in Color Gold Experience. It's very much mustard gold. And then this is Yerba by Malabrigo, and it's a nice taupey undertone, sagey green. It's reading a little brighter on the screen than it actually is in person, but I think this would be a nice slightly vintage palette for the throwback cardigan. But also these two colors, they're kind of in my wheelhouse with the taupes and the blues. I mean, they are my wheelhouse. And then I do love a good kind of sagey green. I think it goes good with my complexion. And then a little tiny pop with the gold I like. So I am pretty positive that this is going to be the colors of my throwback cardigan. Most likely I'm going to wind them up tomorrow and see. Basically, once I finish I have a couple goals before I want to truly cast it on, but I still may wind them tomorrow. My goals are to finish Clue 1 of the Mystery Knit-Along by Stephen West, which I'll show you that next. So, spoiler alert, I'm going to show you the Mystery Knit-Along, as if you haven't seen it already all over Instagram. But in case you do not want to see this, avert your eyes. I won't describe it on camera. But first off, I will show you my colors. This is not the finished item, so if you want to see my color choices, look, because I did change them about umpteen bajillion times. Okay. Gotta finagle all of them. So these are my colors. This plum wine color is my main color. It's Concord by Dream in Color. Then you have this one, which is my lightest color, Contrast Color 1. This one, Deja Vu by Hedgehog, Contrast Color number 2. Hawk by Hedgehog, Contrast Color number 3. And Oyster by Ching Fibers, Melted Baby Siri, Contrast Color Texture number 4. So those are my colors. And now, if you do not want to see the Mystery Knit-Along, avert your eyes now. And I mean now. And still don't look. So, this is what we've started with. At first, people were saying it looked like a dream catcher. I won't say what I think it looks like now, because that would give away the shape. But there you go. I am doing the brioche version. I'm on about row 76. I'm putting it away, so now you can look. I think I'm on row 76. I have it marked on my thing. Let me put that over here. Yeah, I have no idea how that's going to turn out into a shawl, but it'll be interesting for sure. So, before I can cast on Throwback Sweater, I have to finish Clue 1 of that. I may be able to get Clue 1 finished tonight. I don't know. I may have an event I have to go to tonight, so not sure yet if I'll get a lot of knitting done or just a little bit. Okay, next work in progress. Again, can't show you. It's that test knit that I'm working, and I just showed it on camera. Well, that's I can see. The test knit. Here, I'll show you. Ta-da! Test knit Lavagna Patricella. Try not to show the whole thing. Gee whiz. That is going to be coming out sometime. Yep, have no clue what the release date is on that, so I probably need to finish it up. I only have a few more sections left, so I also need to, before I can cast on Throwback Sweater, I need to finish 2 more sections of that, so I don't end up getting behind on that. So I have to finish my Mystery Knit Along, and I have to do 2 more sections of my test knit. And that's what I'm really going to hold myself to. In theory, I'd like to have another section of Birds of a Feather done. Let's see. I did get some more of it done yesterday. I got a lot of knitting done yesterday, which was awesome. So now I'm on section something. I'm basically halfway done, because once I do this lace section, then I have the amount of stitches that I need, and then I start doing the slant across thing. So, ta-da! Make a lovely bib right now, or a Birds of a Feather beard. So, that is my Birds of a Feather progress. Let's see, what else? I don't have enough room. Oh, well, I'll show it, even though this is the one project I did absolutely nothing on. Why do I have greenery in my bag? This is weird. Okay. I have still done no more progress on my chrysalis shawl. Ta-da! So, yeah, I like it, and I will finish it. I have other projects I'm working on, so that did not get any work done. And in case you're wondering, colors are Annie, which is this rust color by Ching Fibers, and Smoke in Melted Baby Siri, which we will be carrying probably around the end of the year, December. Okay, then I worked on my Kyler shawl, which this week we have, I'm in the middle of a row. Why did I stop there? That's weird. Anyway, I have now begun the plain stockinette section up here, so just barely into it, but gotten a decent amount done on it. We have a Kyler shawl class this week on the 11th, I believe. Let me look at my cheat sheet here. Yes, on the 11th from 1 to 3. It's $40. It includes the pattern, and we're going to go through how to read charts and how to do beginner lace if you're not familiar with that. So that's a fun class. Be sure and sign up if you want to come work on the Kyler shawl. And then last but not least, yeah, this is the last work in progress that I have. This is Josh's sweater, and I have now split for the armpits, the sleeves. So we now have, this is the front section of the right, this is the back, and then last night I did the whole front panel. So this is for the neckline, this is the arm. So basically it would be something along the lines of this. Obviously it doesn't fit me because it's for my husband, so there's that. So my plan is to finish this next week the right front panel, and then I just have the back and the sleeves. So that's not too much left on that project. And then that will be another sweater. When I finish that, that's another sweater ticked off the list for my 12 sweaters in a year. And of course, throwback will be one of those. So I, for some reason, never remember to write down actually how many sweaters I've actually completed. And I always forget. And no, this is not sweaters entirety. This is just sweaters this year. So I know some of you guys are like, oh, wait, what about this sweater? Or wait, what about that sweater? They don't count because they weren't done this year. This year. So this year I did my Weekender. I did Westbourne by Isabel Kramer. I did Tecumseh. I did Tagna. I did Sunset Highway. May sweater, the squared poncho, the Hayward. Yep. And then, yeah, because that's 8 that I've done. Trying to think, yep. That's it. So then the cabled sweater would be number 9. Throwback would be number 10. I thought I did 10. What am I missing? Oh, the shell. The shell is number 9 by Hohi. The lounge top. That's number 9. So the cabled cardigan would be number 10. Throwback would be number 11. And I still need something for number 12 because that was going to be Rhapsody in Cables. Not going to happen. And we just got a new box of DK weight yarn. So maybe a DK weight sweater, you know. Maybe I'll do finally, after saying I'll do it for like a year now, the So Faded Cardi by Andrea Mowry. Okay. I'm holding this to make sure I don't flash the Stephen West on camera in case someone hasn't seen it, which would be a miracle because apparently no one is doing the whole spoiler alert picture, but whatever. Okay, so those are my works in progress. Quite a few of those. But now I want to go over some new things into the shop. First off, these items came in a while back, but after last week's podcast. So, as I showed you, we have worsted weight Paris Night and Yerba. We also have worsted weight from Malabrigo Pearl and Natural. So all of these, excuse my itchy nose, worsted weight Rios, and they are all sweater quantities. So tons of that. Then we got in for our super bulky lovers. We have a rainbow of colors of Rasta. We have Archangel. We have Sunset. We have Fuchsia. We have Indicia. We have and Azules. We have Fog, which is a nice kind of greeny taupe. We have Garden Gate, which is a nice deep blue with a hint of green. And we have Cucumber, nice kind of minty, fresh color. So these are great for any of the super bulky projects that you can see on Ravelry. I don't know why this keeps doing that. So there's the Ajodui cowl. There is super bulky hats. There, Lavanya Petrosella has a super bulky easy brioche made with Rasta, a brioche scarf. There's lots of super bulky patterns out there that are lighter weight. Decemberist by Melanie Berg, I think, is a shawl made out of Rasta, or a super bulky that is really cute too. And again, more on the lightweight side, even though it's made out of super bulky, so it's not going to be too oppressive. It's not like a sweater made out of super bulky, which would be weird here. I mean, you could wear it, but you might pass out in heat. Then we have Woollyluya tote bags, and these are huge tote bags. Nice deep gusset bottom, so they can hold all the things. And they're a nice sturdy canvas, so you can put your pins on them if you wish. Speaking of pins, we got 2 new pins in. We have the Crying Frog for when you have to frog your projects. And then the Heart-Eyed Sheep. Super cute. So both of those are in the shop, and they're online as well. We also have Fringe stitch markers. These are the black rubber in small and large, or small and medium. So if it's up to US 17, these are great if you want those flexible, non-metal, rubbery, stretchy stitch markers. So there comes in packs of 20 for just $5. So very reasonable. Also, this and a pin make for a great stocking stuffer, or an add-on to a fiber share package, things like that. And then, if you're feeling a little fancier, we have these. This is also from Fringe Supply. This is a leather stitch marker case, and so it comes with a dozen metal ring markers, but then it has this little closure, and your stitch markers don't come out. So that's $29, and it comes in this nice little pouch, so it makes a great little gift as well. Now on to yarn. We got 2 boxes of DK. Whoa, almost knocked over. From Hole in the Wool, and every color comes in sweater quantities, so we have tons of options and lots of it. So if you want to make, May sweater, if you want to make, that's supposed to be worsted. If you're wanting to make a weekender, also supposed to be worsted. If you're wanting to make a DK weight sweater, apparently all I can think of is worsted weight sweaters, then we have tons of options for you. So let's go over some of the colors. I haven't even seen all the colors yet. Alright, oh yeah. I love this one. Woods Gate. So it is a charcoal with a taupey brown undertone. It's very nice. Again, have lots of each color of these. I believe 6 or 8 of each. Actually, I think we have 8 of each colorway. Look at this. Isn't this perfect? Perfect plum color called Maven. That'd be such a pretty sweater. Oh, I'll buy all the yarn. Then we have Sands in Great Neutral Taupe. Kind of more on the lighter side of taupe. This would be really pretty if you did like a dark base. Okay. Base of your Tecumseh, and then do the little shields out of this, and then do the little plus signs or crosses out of this. Oh yeah. Grace, you need to do this and then steek it. Yeah. This would be so pretty. Okay. So back to Sands In, and then this color is called Amberley Wood, which is like the perfect deep mustard. Okay, so this is the gold experience that I was telling you. So this is definitely more deeper pumpkin-y. This is more gold. This is really pretty. What else is in the box? By the way, it's a 75-25 merino nylon, 246 yards 4-ply. So it's a really great, durable sweater weather yarn. So this is Moonrise. This is real pretty. Ooh. Nightshade. Might not be able to tell here, but this is blue, navy blue. Very, very pretty. I think that's all in that box. Okay. Box number 2. This is called Faded Leaves. We've had this in the store before. This is a really pretty sage gray green. Ooh. You could do a Tecumseh out of this. That would be really pretty. Let's see. Okay, this one's really pretty. This one's called Moore Hall. So it's kind of like the brown that we had earlier, or the gray, the charcoal gray, but this is definitely gray. This is brown. We already saw that. This is a fun, this box is more speckly. Okay, this is called Rosemore. It's really pretty, kind of, what would you even call this color? Kind of a poppy with olive and spruce kind of colors, and it's really pretty. It's like a springy fall color. That makes no sense, but oh well. And then this is Cocoa Rosa. So this is a pretty mauve with cream and little bits of blush. Very pretty. What else? I don't think I showed this one. This one's called The Green. So really pretty vibrant moss green. Ooh, this one's pretty. They're all pretty. Peachy Beach. So you've got grays and teals and grays and teals and grays. Grays and teals and kind of a blushy seashell peachy pink. That is peachy pink, not brown or whatever it's showing on the screen. This is Dorset Road. This is real pretty. I've had several ladies make AJ Brass and Steam out of this. Kind of the gray, white, or cream, and purple, eggplant purple. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. This one's a fun one. Ivy House. So just a hint of speckles. This would be so pretty in a, what would you do this in? And it smells good too. Could do a DK weight epoxy. You could do a weekender, but do it in DK weight rather than worsted. What else? Is that all the colors? I think that may be all the colors. Oh no, I didn't do this one. Privet Drive. This is pretty. Orange, browns, and creams. Kind of a pumpkin spicy color. Okay, I think that's all the colors. So, all of these will get put on the website Tuesday, and they'll be displayed in the store as well. That's all the new product. So then events. So today's Monday. Tuesday, of course, we're open on Tuesdays now, and we will be forever now. Classes. Talked about the chart knitting class, which is the Kyler Shaw class. That's this Thursday on the 11th. Also happening this Thursday, it is the last sip and stroll that Montgomery's doing. So it's the last late night knit night we're doing for the year. So that's October 11th. The store will be open till 8 p.m. starting at 5 o'clock. Well, not starting at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I'm running out and bringing back nachos. So by about 5:15, 5:20, nachos will be here in the house for everyone who attends. No charge, free nachos. Also, we are doing a movie night. So we've decided, after like a bunch of people gave me ideas, the reigning vote was to watch Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society on Netflix. So I'm actually bringing in a TV, and we'll set it up in the back room here, and we will watch the back room. I don't know. We'll set it up, and the movie will begin. Let's see. Yeah, the movie will start at 5:30 because it's a little bit on the long side. So the movie will start at 5:30. We'll have nachos. We'll have drinks. We will have some sort of dessert. I don't know yet. You're welcome to bring snacks, popcorn, drinks of your own, whatever. And we're just going to have a party for the last night. Movie, we have the puzzle up over here. So it's Judy, one of our customers, donated this wonderful yarn shop puzzle. And so we've had fun starting to pull out the edge pieces already. And so we'll get that going on Thursday. And yeah, we'll just have a lot of fun on Thursday. So I hope you guys can make it. Come out for the movie, bring your knitting, bring some snacks. It'll be just a fun late night party. And again, we're done by, the movie should be over with by 7:30, so then we'll be done by 8. So then the next class we have is October 27th, 1 to 4. So it's a little bit longer than our usual classes. It's Christmas gift. The cost is $50 per person, but it includes patterns. And you get 3 patterns, and you learn the 3 techniques you need for the patterns. It will be a brioche scarf, so you will learn brioche in the class. There will be and it's a very easy brioche scarf. No increases, decreases, it's just straight 2-color brioche. There will be a sunglasses case made out of DK weight yarn, and there will be a coffee mug sleeve cozy. So email us or get with Grace or I to get your supply list and sign up for the Christmas gift class. And then the November 8th is 1 to 3 p.m. Christmas ornaments and decorations. This is also a Christmas scrap yarn swap. So we'll have a big bucket of yarn that you can take from, mix and mingle, whatever, to make Christmas ornaments from. Mostly worsted and DK. So if you have worsted or DK Christmas yarn, even if it's, Hobby Lobby red and white, it doesn't matter. We want to get rid of it, bring it, and we'll swap it around with everyone who comes. Then the other thing is this Saturday, so the 13th, we have a trunk show by Night Owl Fibers. So if you are interested in self-striping sock yarn, which is not something I normally carry, she'll be bringing a nice variety with her, along with her other kettle dyed and other sock and DK yarns. Or I think it's just sock yarn. I don't know, now I have to look again. So she'll be bringing that. Again, that's this Saturday, 10 to 3. So October 13th. Yeah. I think that's it. By the way, if movie night this Thursday is a hit, then what we're thinking of doing, especially through the fall, because there are quite a few people that are fans of sporting events and movies, and you just want to get away and knit somewhere else besides sitting in front of your TV. You want to come sit in front of our TV, whatever. What we're thinking of doing is maybe twice a month on Saturday afternoons, either if there's a game sporting event. I don't do sports, so y'all are going to have to help me out with this, that you guys want to watch. We will do it. I know there is a Aggie game that Grace, go Aggies, whatever, will be kind of hosting here at the shop, a knit along. I believe it's November 3rd, because I'm going to be actually out of town, but we'll have the game on somehow. And you can come watch the game, root for your team, and knit. What else? And then the other, or movie. I think that especially sometime in December, we need to do a Christmas movie on Saturday, and it'll be Saturday afternoons, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon till we close, like Christmas movie, something like that. So anyway, I'm just now blabbling, and saying which I don't like to do. So I will sign off. Thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. I say joining me and the yarn. That's the us. And I keep saying So thank you for joining us. The credits will scroll, and that has all the details, our email address, our website, all that kind of stuff. But you can follow us on Instagram at The Modern Skein. You can follow me on Instagram if you want to watch my personal yarn journeys, life, travel, whatnot. And that is at Mrs_Sharon_Graff, Graff. And Grace, the other awesome lady who works here at the shop, she also has a podcast. It's called Cat Knit Podcast, so you can search on YouTube for that. And yep, I think that does it. So thanks so much for tuning in, and if you like us, please give us a thumbs up and a like and a subscribe. It helps other people find this podcast, and hopefully if you like it, you will share it with your friends too. So thanks for joining us again. Bye bye.